When the wealthy young playboy industrialist Tony Stark is not involved with his secret identity as Iron Man, at the huge main plant of Tony Stark Industries, his inventive genius continues to produce new marvels of electronic science, such as his recently publicized laser device with incredible new and powerful features. Features that will make it the target of all evildoers everywhere.
Brilliant move there, Tony. From here on, they'll call it a magnetron laser, and it won't do that.
What a weapon for the hunt! I could split a hair at 1,000 yards, ha! With such a beam!
And what of its hypnotic powers? I wouldn't even need disguises. I could magnetically implant my appearance right in the minds of my victims.
It slices through steel like butter and hypnotizes people. I assume it also makes thousands of julienne fries. Why does the world need this thing? Kraven the Hunter is primarily a Spider-Man villain. He lives for the thrill of the hunt and all that, and he decided that hunting a superpowered human was the ultimate game. Somewhere along the line, we learned that he and the Chameleon are half-brothers, which is probably why they bicker all the time.
Stark will surely have a model of the magneton laser in his laboratory.
Yeah, and I'll smash that tin suit guard of his.
No, we're not tangling with Iron Man. We'll do things my way.
That's a tiny sample. The way these two carry on, you pretty well have to assume they're either brothers or married, and you couldn't do one of those in 1967. The Chameleon explains his plan.
For several nights, he has been doing dangerous underwater research just off that reef. If he does so tonight, we can make certain he will not be guarding that plant for a very long while.
It goes peep, so there's a little chick trapped in there and Iron Man will have to go rescue it?
That night, with only puzzled fish looking on, Tony Stark as Iron Man makes another attempt to solve a stubborn problem.
The problem is his suit has a zit. I don't know what's with the sound effects today. His suit is malfunctioning. For most guys, that means go home and change. For Iron Man, it could mean dying. And Kraven just tossed that Mr. Peepers thing in the water.
Good throw, Kraven!
2 miles at least, and right on target.
Kraven has a secret formula that he takes periodically to give him super strength, such as the ability to throw a football 2 miles.
That lure will draw any killer shark within miles to keep Iron Man very busy.
Killer sharks aren't an actual species. Under the right conditions, any shark can be a killer, even this guy. He's called a horn shark. The last one of these I saw was about 2 feet long, and they eat clams and mussels and the like that they find on the ocean floor. But don't be fooled. He's a rough, tough killer just like his bigger cousins, and you'd better believe it. And besides, his dad can beat up your dad. Whatever kind of shark this thing drew, it thinks chewing on metal is fun.
The great jaws crush down on the Golden Avenger's steel armor. Though the monstrous teeth cannot damage his invincible armor, Iron Man's oxygen supply cannot last much longer.
Only the shark knows where it's taking him, but if he runs out of air, it won't matter.
Full power. Oh, it's shorting to my whole body.
Whatever is shorting out is also pumping juice to the whole suit and the shark. The suit can handle it. The shark, not so much. It's had enough iron supplement for one day.
Oh, that shock was like 10,000 needles. But now, perhaps, up on this piece of wreckage, the wind will dry my circuits, and I can risk just enough power to get me to shore.
It was a good thing Rose didn't need that anymore.
His boot circuit responds, and jet power sends Iron Man skimming like a surf rider toward the distant shore.
Once he got his circuits fixed, Tony Stark went on to create his most lucrative invention yet, the boogie board. I never realized that Stark Enterprises is built on a cliff. Kraven and the Chameleon are scaling it right now.
Hold it! Let's catch our breath.
I am Kraven the Hunter. On the trail, I never stop to rest. Just follow me, spineless one.
More like Serumless One. He doesn't get to use Kraven's potion, so he's a bit slower getting up there.
I'll show you who's the leader of this safari. Ha! How I wish that shark had left Iron Man for me. I never feared him.
Well, you'd better start, mister.
Iron Man!
Gotta love that expression. But he recovers quickly, picks Iron Man up and throws him over the cliff back into the water. They assume he's finished and head to the factory in the magnetron laser.
I threw that component off just in time. At least now I know where the trouble was. I think I can even make a temporary junction that'll give me enough power to get back to my lab.
The Chameleon said if he had 1,000 lives, he couldn't survive that. He can't count very well. So far, they've only killed him twice. That leaves 998 more lives. These boys have work to do.
Be careful. We don't want to raise an alarm.
Now I am the destroyer of Iron Man, remember? I will not creep with caution for anyone.
Except Iron Man.
We're learning something else about Kraven. He's superstitious.
No man could survive all that he's been through. There's something strange here.
Wait, Kraven!
A smart hunter knows when to draw back.
If he only knew how big a bluff this was.
While he goes off to fix his equipment and rest his bones, our villains aren't done yet.
I'll get that magneton laser,
And his little dog, too.
and I'll do it without you, Hunter.
Yeah, you're nothing but talk, Chameleon. You can't do anything without me.
No? Well, you shall see tomorrow.
Remember what his thing is. The next day, there's a surprise visitor at Pepper's office. Tony Stark has finished fixing his armor. Now he just needs to charge it up.
Oh, a red alert from Pepper's office. She wants me, and fast. But for a red alert, Iron Man may be the better choice. Mr. Stark sent me, Pepper. What's wrong?
It's Captain America.
He says the Chameleon and his men ambushed me and captured me, but I managed to escape. Now, if Iron Man was paying attention, he'd remember that the Chameleon doesn't have men. Kraven the Hunter is the Chameleon's man. Or the Chameleon is Kraven's man. It depends on which one you ask. Either way, they don't have a gang, and as far as I know, never did, with the possible exception of the Sinister Six. But if it had been them, the real Cap would have said so. Iron Man didn't think of any of that. He's jetting off to Avengers headquarters to catch the Chameleon.
Iron Man!
Take off the disguise, Chameleon.
What's this conky game all about anyway? Or have you flipped your lid?
I'm calling your bluff, Chameleon, now.
Poor Cap has no idea what's going on, but Iron Man is beating the stuffing out of him. Cap refuses to fight back, but he will throw a smoke bomb to try and get Iron Man off his back for a moment.
Oh, no. My power. I never did get to recharge my chest device. Got to get to someplace where I can plug in my extension cord and recharge.
We saw a hotel sign with lots of lights go by as he was falling, and he'll end up splicing his cord into one of the sockets. When he was battling Half-Face in Vietnam and ran out of power, he had to make what he called a hasty field splice. I don't think I've ever seen him use the actual plug in an actual socket. He should just cut the plug off and leave the wires dangling. That's how he usually uses them anyway.
Pepper, Captain America's gone. To help Iron Man, probably.
Oh dear, if Iron Man doesn't know the real Captain America is coming, there could be a terrible mistake. Iron Man? Iron Man?
Iron Man is in no condition to answer right now. Please leave a message after the beep. And that Captain America isn't heading to Avengers HQ anyway.
I don't need my Captain America pose now. It's all working so perfectly. My clever ruse draws Iron Man away on his fool's pursuit of the real Captain America, thinking he's the pretender, and all this is left without his fearsome protection.
There's nothing like an exposition dump after the fact to tell you what just happened. The real Captain America is bounding across rooftops headed for the Stark factory. Why not? Cabs cost money. Too bad Iron Man is all charged up now, in more ways than one.
Uh-oh, he's still got that chip on his shoulder. Perhaps I can lose him by ducking into this construction supply building. Iron Man, no, stay back. I won't fight you. You can't make me.
He'll sure try. He should be asking why the Chameleon would refuse to fight him. Speaking of whom, he finds the magnetron laser and heads for his escape route. Guess where it just happens to take him. He arrives at the same time that Happy and Pepper do.
He's stealing something. Iron Man, you're fighting the real Captain America. That other one is the Chameleon.
He's all yours, Iron Man.
Sadly, the magnetron laser sliced through Iron Man just like it did that big block. Happy set up the two pieces of armor to flank the gate to Stark Industries as a tribute to their hero.
Even super magnetics can't penetrate my force field.
Ah, but I can surround it with a magnetic field so strong it will be your death.
No force is strong enough to hold me.
The problem is he's so magnetized he's ripped the tank off a tanker car from a nearby train just by going past it. While all this has been going on, Kraven took their launch and went to shore to pick up the Chameleon and take him back to their boat.
He's going to use it on us. No, shoot him down.
With what? The laser doesn't work on him, and for the most part, Kraven doesn't use ranged weapons. That's what he gets for being a hunter instead of a paladin.
You're not getting a chance.
At least it was empty. All is forgiven with Captain America. The Coast Guard will pick those two up, and all is well. I found the Chameleon kind of lame. Marvel did several variations on that kind of character, including the Nazi Agent of 1,000 Faces in the Sergeant Fury comics. I was never impressed with any of them. Kraven was a curiosity to me. When I was collecting the comics, we didn't know about his serum, or if we did, I overlooked it. When he fought Spider-Man, he used stealth and cunning as much as raw strength, and it was a lot more interesting than this guy. I still don't know what the magnetron laser is or what it's supposed to be good for. But when the tank hit the boat, the Chameleon dropped it, and it turns out it wasn't waterproof and its insides melted. So it doesn't matter, because after that, Tony Stark had the good sense not to build another one.
Tony Stark makes you feel he's a cool exec with a heart of steel.
As Iron Man, all jets ablaze, he's fighting and slight with repulsor rays. Amazing armor,
Yes, Iron Man.
a blazing bomber.
That me Evans, man, it depends on which one you ask. I can say this stuff. Heading to Avengers, good grief. Iron Man is in no condition to answer. Good Lord, David. He'll sure try. He should be